This is the B350M Pro-VDH motherboard from MSi. It's a micro ATX motherboard which supports AMD Ryzen CPUs and AMD's A series APUs. Now, this board is not really aimed at gamers or people who like a window in their case with its brown PCB. However, don't let this stop you if you're looking for a good all-round board. The AM4 socket supports AMD Ryzen CPUs and APUs, as I've said. There are 4 DDR4 RAM slots which support up to 64GB of 3200MHz memory in dual channel mode. Although it is worth checking out the RAM compatibility list on the MSi website due to the well-known problems with Ryzen and certain memory modules. Although a lot of these problems have been solved now with BIOS updates. The RAM slots only have one retention clip on the outside of the board. To install the RAM, it's easy. Just line up the RAM stick with the slot, it will only go one way, and push down firmly. Once the clip clicks into place, it's in. You also get a handy little leaflet telling you which slots are best to use depending on how many sticks of RAM you're using. You also get a few other leaflets in the box, along with the usual software DVD, quite a small but thick manual with loads of different languages in, of course, 2 SATA cables and the silver I/O shield. For storage, there are 4 6GB SATA connectors on the edge of the board and 1 Turbo M.2 connector which will allow either a SATA or a PCI Express NVMe drive to be attached. Here we have a 16x PCI Express 3.0 slot for a graphics card, which is nicely reinforced with this steel armour. I do like to see this on motherboards, as I've said in other reviews before. For other peripherals, there are 2 1x PCI Express 2.0 slots. Now on the rear I/O panel, there is a single Ps2 port in case you have any old mice or keyboards you want to use. There are 3 video outputs, VGA, DVI and HDMI, but these will only work if your processor has integrated graphics like the A series APUs. For sound, there are just the 3 audio connectors. 7.1 surround is possible, however, using the front panel connectors, and it tells you in the manual how to do that. There is also a gigabit LAN connector to connect to your wired network. There's no Wi-Fi included with this board, so you would have to add that separately, either a USB dongle or a PCI Express 1x card. Finally, on the back, there are 8 USB ports, which I believe is the most found on any B350 micro ATX board. These comprise of 4 USB 3.1 Gen 1 and 4 USB 2 connectors. Add this to the 2 extra USB 3.1 Gen 1 and 4 extra USB 2.0 that you can add with the front panel connectors, and there is potential for up to 14 USB ports total. For power, there's the usual 24-pin ATX power connector and an 8-pin CPU power connector. Looking at the other headers on the board, there are 3 fan connectors, 1 for CPU fan and 2 for system fans. There is also an LED header which will allow you to control stuff like LED light strips or LED fans using MSi's Mystic Light software. There are already a few LEDs on the front of the board near the audio ports. The LEDs that are of use though are the Easy Debug LEDs. Now these will allow you to troubleshoot any boot problems. So overall, I'd say this is a very good value board, great value for money at around £65 and is perfect for budget builds. In fact, I used it in a budget build recently, which you can see. I'll put a card on the screen right now. So I'll leave a link to this product in the description below. Please don't forget to use our Amazon and Overclockers links, it really does help to keep the channel going. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. There's a lot more to come on the channel, including more reviews and PC builds. The best way to make sure you don't miss those is to hit that subscribe button below. It doesn't cost anything. So thanks for watching and I will see you later.